All right, today we're jumping into something that's totally reshaping the creative world. We're talking about the partnership, the collaboration between designers and artificial intelligence.
The best way to think about it is like a dance. It's not about one person leading and the other just following along. Nope. It's a dynamic, back-and-forth partnership that can unlock ideas that are just completely out there in the best way possible. And honestly, it's a new frontier every designer needs to get comfortable with.
And that's the big question, isn't it? The real challenge here isn't even the tech itself, it's communication. How do you take this complex, kind of fuzzy vision you have in your head and translate it into a language that a machine can understand and, more importantly, creatively build on?
Well, to help us figure that out, some brilliant researchers from Seoul National and Myongji universities have put together an incredible playbook. We're going to break down their 4 key strategies today: building what they call a language bridge, creating a positioning map, using a prompt palette, and finally, embracing the role of the human curator.
Okay, first up, the language bridge. I mean, it makes sense, right? Before you can create anything cool together, you and your AI partner have to be speaking the same language. This is step 1, the foundation for everything else.
So here's the really clever part about the language bridge. It's a little counterintuitive. The best way to learn how to talk to an AI is to get the AI to teach you. You basically use AI tools to look at images you like, and those tools will tell you the exact keywords to use. You're using AI to translate for AI. It's kind of brilliant. And here's how you actually do it. First, you just gather a bunch of images that really capture the vibe you're going for. Second, you feed those into an AI, like using the describe command in Midjourney, and it spits out text descriptions for you. And finally, you can use another tool, say ChatGPT, to sift through all that text and pull out the most important keywords. Boom, you've just built your own personal AI dictionary. This process shows just how much one tiny word can change everything. For instance, in a workshop, a participant kept using the word screen and was getting junk back. They switched to a monitor. Still not quite right, but when they used the AI-suggested word display, suddenly the images were so much closer to what they imagined. It's like learning the AI's local dialect.
So, once you've got the right words, the next big step is organizing them. Because let's be real, just throwing a long, messy list of keywords at an AI, well, it usually just leads to chaos.
Exactly. I mean, look at this string of words. When you just list them out, how does the AI know what's important? Is futuristic just as important as foldable? Is sleek the main idea, or is professional? When you don't give it any hierarchy, you get a muddy, confused image that's trying to be everything all at once.
The solution they came up with is a really cool tool called the positioning map. Instead of a flat list, you organize your keywords on a grid with 2 axes, say traditional versus futuristic and casual versus professional. And here's the key. The farther a word is from the center, the more important it is. It's a visual, super intuitive way to structure your prompt.
And the benefits here are huge. This method helps you immediately see when you're using words that mean the same thing. It lets you visually rank what matters most, and it makes tweaking your prompts way, way easier. But the biggest thing, it turns writing a prompt from a boring text task into a visual one, which is exactly how designers are wired to think.
Okay, so you've got the right words, and you've organized them visually. Now we get to the third tool, the prompt palette. This is where we learn that it's not just what you say, but how you say it that matters.
The researchers basically found there are 4 different ways to structure a prompt. Think about it like an artist's palette of brushes, right? You wouldn't use a giant, wide brush to paint a tiny detail. And choosing the right prompting method is just like picking the right brush for the job you're trying to do.
Let's just run through these real quick. Additive is just a simple list, great when you want to explore specific features of a product. Single concept links ideas together, which is perfect for that early what-if brainstorming phase. Category is super structured, and it gives you really precise, detailed product shots. And then there's narrative, where you write a whole sentence to describe a scene, which is amazing for exploring how a product actually gets used.
This quote from one of the participants just nails it. They said that these methods are like different lenses. Mastering when to use each of these lenses is really what separates someone who's just playing around with AI from someone who's using it like a pro. It gives you incredible control.
And all of this brings us to our final, and you could argue the most important part of the playbook. With all these powerful new tools, you might be asking, so where does the human designer fit in? Well, the designer becomes the secret ingredient, the human curator.
This completely reframes the whole relationship. The AI's job is to generate options, a flood of them. Just create possibility after possibility. The designer's job? Well, that evolves into a much higher level task, to curate the best ideas, to synthesize different pieces, and to apply that hard-won expert judgment. I absolutely love this quote. The AI gives me pieces of the puzzle. Think about that. The AI can generate all these interesting, even unexpected puzzle pieces. But it takes a human designer to see the big picture, to see how you can take a cool curve from one image and combine it with a screen concept from another to create something that's genuinely new. That's what they call combinatorial creativity.
And here's why that human judgment is something you just can't replace. An AI has no idea if a design is actually comfortable to hold. It doesn't know if it fits your company's brand or if you can even build the thing in a factory. It doesn't have that real-world context and knowledge that a professional designer has spent years developing. That is the human advantage.
So to wrap this all up, here it is. This is your action plan. The whole playbook in 6 simple steps. You build your collection of reference images, use AI to pull out the keywords, organize those words on a positioning map, choose the right prompting style from your palette, generate and iterate, and finally, this is the magic. You use your human expertise to curate and combine the results into something brilliant.
Look, the relationship between designers and AI, it's not a competition. It's a collaboration. It's a partnership. It really is a dance, where each partner brings their own unique strengths to the floor. And when they do, they can create something truly extraordinary. So the only question left is, are you ready to learn the steps?